Welcome back, OTC Fit Life foodies. All right, so tonight I'm fixing a one-pot creamy Italian sausage pepper pasta. So this is all gonna go in one pot. Let me just say I have some rigatoni here, and in order to cut down on cooking time, I have put it in some hot water, salted water, and let it sit for about 20 minutes. Now this is a good way to cut down on cooking time for pasta. If you have lasagna you wanna make, instead of boiling the noodles, you can lay them in a pan of hot water and then let them sit for about 20 minutes. So these have been sitting while I was prepping my vegetables. All right, so my pot is getting nice and hot, and I'm gonna put a few turns of olive oil in here. All right, I have some Italian sausage that I have cut up, and this is mild. You can use sweet or hot. It really just depends on your preference. I didn't want anything too spicy. And I've sliced it up, and we're just gonna put it in there. Now the nice thing about this meal is that you can put everything in one pot. You don't have to use several different pots to do this. And it's a good comfort food, especially for days like today when it's nice and cold and you've got nothing but football to watch. Drop that. All right, so I'm gonna put that in there. All right, now I have some vegetables that I've already sliced up. So I've sliced up some onions and some peppers, and then I have mushrooms. I just wanted to add some mushrooms into the vegetables. Just to give it a bit more body. It's really up to you if you don't want to add the mushrooms to it. I don't mind. I don't like a whole lot of mushrooms, but I do like some in there. Now once we get this sausage browned some, we're going to add our onions and garlic. We'll add the onions first, and then we'll add the garlic because we don't want to add the garlic in too soon and have it burn. Now, if you wanted to crumble up your sausage, you could. That's really up to you. I just wanted to slice the lengths up just to have a bit more texture, and it's just going to look better when it's presented on a bowl or in a bowl on a plate. It is really up to you and what you want to do. All of you that have watched these videos know this is my favorite pot because I can do just about anything in this pot. You can even bake bread in this pot. So if you're going to look for something to buy and put in the kitchen or to give newlyweds a gift, this is the perfect thing to give them because there's so much you can do with this. It's so versatile. We're not going to drain this because we really want to keep some of the fat in this, and we're going to use that to help cook the onions and the garlic and the other vegetables. Now, if you wanted to make it more of a Cajun style, you could. You could use the hot sausage. You could use andouille sausage. And you can add Cajun seasonings to it. Personally, I'm just going to kind of keep it on the mild side and not spice it up too much. Alright, it looks like our sausage has browned pretty well. And you see we have all those nice bits in the bottom down there. We really want to keep those bits. We're going to add a little chicken stock in here, and that's going to help to glaze the pan. Alright. And next we're going to add our onions. And I've taken one whole onion, yellow onion, and sliced it. And these are 3 peppers. And let that cook with the peppers for just a minute. Now I'm not going to add my peppers in yet because I really don't want them to get too soft and soggy since they're going to be cooking for a little bit of time. So I'll add them, well, probably a few minutes after I add the pasta. I'm going to give the pasta a few minutes to get a head start, and then I'll add the peppers in. All right, there's our onions. Next I've got 3 cloves of garlic that I've chopped. And we're going to let that cook for just a minute. All right, next we're going to throw in a little chicken stock. Now I've got 2 cups here of chicken stock. And that's going to deglaze the pan. All right, then I'm going to drain my pasta. So stay right there and keep an eye on that pot for me. All right, here we go. We're adding our pasta, and that was a little over half a box. And the secret meaning of that was don't look at my dirty dishes in the sink. So, all right, so that's going in there. And we're going to add a bit more chicken stock to it. And that's going to help with the noodles. It's going to cook and absorb that chicken stock in there. All right, we're going to give that a stir. And these noodles really are starting to soften up. That's because we kind of pre-cooked them in the hot water, so they're really not going to take a very long time. All right, now that those are going, I'm going to throw in the rest of my vegetables. And as you can see, this is going to make a pretty hearty pot of pasta. All right, so there is my peppers and my pasta. I've got my mushrooms in there. All right, so we're going to turn this down probably at about medium, and we're going to let this simmer. So I'm going to put the lid on it and let it simmer, come back and check it in a few minutes and give it a stir, and let it cook for about another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll test it again and we'll see if it's ready to add the cream and the Parmesan cheese. So check back in about 5 or 10 more minutes and we'll see how our pasta is doing. Welcome back. Our pasta has been cooking for about 6-7 minutes now, and you can see we've reduced the chicken stock in there, so it's a little bit thicker. It's because that pasta starch in there thickens it up. Our vegetables have cooked down, but they're not like falling apart, and our pasta is al dente, which is really what we want. So now we're going to finish it off. We're going to turn it down just a little bit. We're going to finish it off with some cream. And some Parmesan cheese. Like I said, this is the ultimate comfort food here. This is a big bowl of goodness. We're going to let this come back to a simmer. And got that Parmesan cheese melted. Give it a few cranks of black pepper in there. Fresh is always best. All right. There we go. And get ready to serve it. So let me grab a bowl and then we'll plate it up. Let's see what we got here. We have those beautiful colors from peppers. We've got pasta and that wonderful Italian sausage in here. And then we're just going to top it with some cheese. Now, if you have some fresh basil or oregano, that would be even better. But this is your one pot creamy Italian sausage pasta with peppers. So, hope you've enjoyed the meal. And thanks for eating with me tonight. And if you like the recipes, please make sure you hit the subscribe so that way you stay up to date with all the latest videos. Please take care of yourself and stay warm, and hope to see you soon. Ciao.